What's going on, guys? Let me ask you this. What if we lived in a weird dystopian universe where they were remaking Episode 4, Star Wars: A New Hope? That's what we're going to explore today, and we're going to come up with our dream castings for that on a segment that you might have seen us do before on Screen Junkies News. It's called Castaway, and we got some real Star Wars heads to break this down with. First, you've heard her speak all things Star Wars on the Force Center podcast. Please welcome your first time here, Jenny Landa.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
This guy's a good pal of the show. You know him from Schmoes, Collider, etc. Mark Ellis.
Oh, thank you, Hal.
This gentleman came across the hall. You know him from all things Screen Junkies and the Pencils and Parsecs show on Hyper RPG. Welcome to the party, Joe Starr.
Thank you, sir.
So let's jump right into it, folks. Jenny, we're going to start with you, and we'll start with one of the big ones, Luke Skywalker. We are recasting Luke Skywalker right now.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
This was a tough one, but I went with Tony Revolori.
Friend of the channel.
Oh, really?
Yep, he's been on Movie Fights. He's hung with us.
I really loved him in the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yes.
I loved him in Dope. And I think what he embodies with Luke is that earnestness, that optimism, and that innocence. And he's also within the age range, which is really tough when looking at this cast.
Tony Revolori, solid first choice. Okay, Mark, who's your pick for Luke?
I'm gonna go with Ozzy Butterfield because I saw this kid for the first time. I might have seen him like pop up in something before, but I remember him from Ender's Game. In Ender's Game, he's already playing in the world of sci-fi fantasy very well. He actually got to act opposite Harrison Ford. To see him be able to pull off this young kid who has dreams. He has dreams of doing something more than what he currently is, going beyond his home planet. He so realistically conveys that. That's why I think Ozzy Butterfield pulls off. So I believe him not only as like this kid on a sand planet that probably is being recruited to play at Indiana in the 1980s, but I also agree that he is somebody who would be a Force user, and I believe him matriculating on to become the Luke that we know from the best Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi.
Here, here. Bah.
All right, a compelling case for Ozzy Butterfield.
Ooh.
Joe Starr, who do you like for Luke?
When I think Luke, I think looking off in those twin suns with that just beautiful, you feel inspired right now. Just looking off in the distance, thinking about
You're
your
taking
dreams.
me there.
John
You're
Williams
painting a
music
picture.
making me cry.
Yeah, so that's Timothy Chalamet is who I went for.
Great choice.
When I think Twin Suns, I thought Call Me By Your Name, Staring into the Fireplace. And so that's my guy, that's my Luke.
I'm not sure if I buy him as a laser sword wielding Jedi.
One thing I really like that Jen said is Tony Revolori, he's done a little less, so he's a little more of a clean slate.
It seems like he does a lot more comedy than...
Yes, I would agree, but I do think that with Grand Budapest Hotel, he showed that he was able to just act with his eyes. You know, in just every moment, you knew the specificity of his thoughts, and that to me is a mark of a good actor, as well as having that fun kind of like, you know, I could see him sitting down with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. I want to join the academy. You know, my dad, kind of that youthfulness that I want to see in Luke.
I'm sold.
Okay, great. Go picture.
Are we feeling
I mean,
Revolori?
how I feel Movie Fights energy bubbling up inside of me, but no, I'm cool with Tony as Luke Skywalker. I think that works.
The new Luke Skywalker, Tony Revolori.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, let's move to Han Solo, and we'll start with Joe Starr.
So Han is a guy where I was like, okay, let's pick someone who hasn't quite broken through too huge yet. So I went with Rahul Kohli from iZombie. He's charming, he's charismatic, he's handsome. He's just got that same it factor, I think, that Harrison Ford has. I buy him pointing at everything. I think he'd just make a really solid Han Solo.
Mark Ellis?
I feel pretty passionate about this. We do need some big stars to sell this movie. Will Smith is going to be playing Han Solo. You need somebody that's a little bit older. He's got some years on him, but not too many. He still pulls off that young, charismatic energy. But also, if you've seen I Am Legend, you know not only is he a great actor, he works very well in scenes with a dog. He's got a German Shepherd in that one, and you got to act against a Wookiee in this one. Will Smith, that is our Han Solo.
Wow.
Mark Ellis bringing Will Smith to the party.
Love it.
Jen?
I decided to go a different route.
Okay.
And I'm choosing Natalie Morales.
Oh, wow.
You might know her from Girls. I know her from Santa Clarita Diet, where she played this sheriff's deputy. And that to me is what sold me on her as Han Solo. She had that Han swagger. She has a laid back, cool vibe about her that I just think embodies Han Solo.
So Will Smith, Natalie Morales, and Rahul Kohli. Damn.
Here's the thing about Will Smith is that how old is he? I mean, he looks young, but he's like what?
He's like mid-40s.
He's 106 years old,
A
Mark.
little, like, because we don't have our Leia
He's aged
yet.
very well.
But we don't have our Leia yet. And Leia's going to be around 20, 19 years old. That may be kind of creepy.
Do we want to put a pin in this? Pick our Leia?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put a pin in this. We'll come back to it. Now, let's move on to Princess Leia. Mark Ellis, start with you. What do you got?
Well, based on my Han Solo, it may not have been the wisest Princess Leia choice from an age standpoint, but by the time they actually get together, we got us at least like 3-4 years. So the fact that Millie Bobby Brown
Oh my gosh.
such a connection
No.
with David Harbour's character in Stranger Things 2. This is what I wrote, on my way here. And, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
Millie
boy.
Bobby Brown as a young Leia makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
a prequel. but-
Jen, please give us your choice.
Okay. Oh, that's too funny. All right. I'm going to cast KIERSEY CLEMONS. She is one of Tony's
yeah.
co-stars in Dope.
She was delightful, one of the only bright spots in the Flatliners remake.
Oh, right.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. But I also like her, and this is what's tricky about Leia, is because not only does she have to embody like confidence and elegance, you have to believe that she's gonna jump into action and hold a blaster and save their skins,
Yeah.
right? That's our Leia.
I love KIERSEY CLEMONS. I think she's magnetic, and I think she's got a bright future ahead.
I went with an actress who, again, I'm trying to pluck these these unknowns, and I'm trying to just break them into new ground. So a wonderful young actress, Madeline Coughlin. Madeline has a toughness, but also like a sweetness. This young lady was in a horror movie called Holidays, and she's reoccurring on Lucifer. So,
Wow.
right, beginning of her career. Also, we're friends, and if she were to be cast in Star Wars, she'll get me on set.
That's a big bonus.
A very personal
Huge bonus.
take
Yes.
for Joe Starr.
Joe,
in
you want to
this
come
one.
to Tunisia?
I'm not as familiar with her body of work. I've seen KIERSEY CLEMONS a couple of times on film, and she is just wonderful.
If we're accepting the premise that Will Smith is definitely not going to be Han Solo, and you guys don't want to actually make money with this crazy movie you're making, then I would say Millie Bobby Brown is the perfect choice.
This is challenging because I love Millie Bobby Brown, and I think that she would make a great Leia. But again, I feel like she's just a little too young.
So
Yeah.
let's go. I
Yeah.
think.
Really?
Yeah,
Landa's
I think
got this.
KIERSEY CLEMONS.
Yeah, I think
All
she's going to pair
right.
nicely with Will.
Okay, so let's get back to this Han issue, you guys.
All right.
I would probably cast a slight vote for Natalie, but I do like your boy a lot too.
He's just a handsome, dashing, cocky, charming dude.
Devil
Look
may
at the
care.
Devil may
picture
care.
of him,
Right.
and that did look like Han Solo to me.
Yeah.
Like that looked like the
Yeah.
attitude of a Han Solo to me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean-
I can get on board with that.
Okay, I gave you
get
your
it.
Leia,
Yeah,
you gave
get-
me my Han?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Well, that's good. 2/3 of us are happy, and that's good.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Will Smith can have a song on the soundtrack.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ooh. Jen, let's start with you. Who do you see for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Okay, I'm aging down a little bit because I love her, and I think we can, add some makeup to make her look a little bit older. We can also do an Obi-Wan standalone film with her, because she's the right age. I'm going with Gina Torres.
Cool, okay.
Oh, you guys, this, to me, what gets me excited is not only does she have the range and depth of an actor, she's also very nurturing and charming, but can you imagine a fight scene between her and Vader? That would be amazing.
We've got to get the dramatic backbone here so that the world will get behind this dumb space movie we're making. So I'm going Ben Kingsley.
Sir.
Yeah, I'm just, Sir Ben Kingsley. Yeah, you got to go with the knight. I can see Ben Kingsley passing off the lightsaber and giving the whole spiel.
Strong choice coming in with Kingsley.
Yeah.
Mark Ellis.
I am going to say Helen Mirren is my
that was my second pick.
Obi-Wan. If you've seen either of the Red movies, you know she can still be badass. And you also look at her as the best teacher of the Force. She's the best gateway to this larger world that Obi-Wan was talking about with Luke.
Oh, so I'm all in on Mirren.
And I am re-engaged in this conversation now that one of mine came to play.
Yeah,
All right, so there you have it. Helen Mirren, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I like it.
Joe Starr, what are you thinking about Darth Vader?
I'm going Winston Duke. I'm going Winston Duke from Black Panther.
Yeah.
I think he's got that same quality of voice. And once you get Winston Duke talking into a coffee can the way that, fun fact, Darth Vader voice actors do, they just sit with like a empty Folgers coffee can in the mic to get that echo.
Great, yeah. He kicked much ass in Black Panther. Yeah, that's right out of the gate. That's a great choice. Back around to Jenny.
You know, this is really complicated because now that I'm realizing it's just the voice, that changes things.
Well, it doesn't have to be for you.
Because I was kind of casting it for Jedi, and when we get the reveal of him, and for that reveal, I was thinking somebody like Lenny James from The Walking Dead. He played Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
I think you'd be so great in that moment.
Interesting choice. Mark Ellis, what are you thinking?
Well, inside the suit, I have Brock Lesnar. He's a great martial artist, great MMA fighter. He's huge. He fits the suit very well.
That is a big Vader.
For the voice of Darth Vader, I actually went with somebody who's primarily known as a good guy in the voiceover world, and that would be Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime. When you hear Optimus Prime, he's just got such a commanding tone. Whether you agree with Optimus Prime's politics or not, whether you're an Autobot or a Decepticon, you have to respect him as an authority.
I really like Peter Cullen because he is a voice actor, and you know that's what this role requires. I think is a really strong voice actor, and that there is some nostalgia tied to this choice.
You're on a roll, Mark.
All right, Mark, 2 for his last 2.
The Peter Cullen Brock Lesnar combo. Let's move on to a droid, a C-3PO. Jen, who are you thinking?
I'm thinking somebody that is kind of annoying, but in a different way. Thomas Middleditch from Silicon Valley.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
He's got the kind of the physical.
Look at that picture.
He's
that
kind of
is
awkward,
C-3PO.
right? He's kind of awkward. He's kind of stiff in his movements. And I could find, even though I like him as a person, he can be very annoying. And so I think that,
well, he can play very neurotic and
neurotic, exactly. Right. So that's my pick.
That's a fun choice. Joe Starr.
I went with a guy who, this isn't his first droid rodeo. He helped work on the sounds that went into BB-8. I went with Bill Hader. Bill Hader can play that sort of straight man, but also still a comedy character really well. He does it in Trainwreck. He does it in Barry. Yeah, that's my guy. I think he can really pull it off. He can pull off Polite and Put Upon.
Real strong choice with Bill Hader. Wow. Mark Ellis.
Look, hearkening back to classic sci-fi, he's not going to be in the suit, but he's going to be the voice. Bill Shatner, ladies and gentlemen. William Shatner is your new C-3PO doing the voice. Imagine him saying lines like, "Bocce used to be one of my first languages." He'd be so good and hilariously
shut them all down.
Yeah, we're doomed. Oh, this oil bath feels so good.
Oh, no.
I hate this and I don't want it at all.
Yeah, I don't want it at all.
But
No, Joe!
But
no.
Okay, you're right.
Don't let Mark pull you over to the dark side.
I'm going to get a text from both of y'all tonight, and it's going to say, "You were right. Tell your sister you were right."
I like Bill Hader.
I like Middleditch, and I like Hader a lot.
I like Bill Hader a lot.
Yeah.
So he's a little bit more malleable, whereas with Shatner, we know what we're getting.
Yeah, greatness.
Yeah, you're moving towards Hader?
I am moving towards Hader.
And imagine
I can get behind Hader.
There's on-set footage of him doing Stefan in
yes, you're right. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm talking about like Mos Eisley's or different wherever.
Mos Eisley's hottest
when he comes back to host SNL.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he like does C-3PO, like that's a sketch on SNL.
Yeah.
And then Will Smith, because he's playing Han Solo, could like join. Oh no. Okay.
In the reshoots when this goes off the rails.
Right. You guys, what do you say we drink that Haterade, go Bill Hader?
Let's do it.
I like that.
Let's do it. Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Mark Ellis, let's start with you.
I'm going to go with somebody who's clearly played a bad guy but had fun being the bad guy, Christoph Waltz.
Oh,
yeah.
Just think about that scene in Inglourious Bastards where we meet him for the first time and he's just having this pleasant conversation, but underneath it all, you know he has very sinister desires.
Interesting
So
choice. Yeah,
We've seen him in the uniform more or less too.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah. Okay, so I have your all your choices in front of me, and Jenny and Joe, you both picked the same actor. So why don't you both say his name on the count of 3?
One,
two, three.
Charles Dance.
Charles Dance.
Tywin Lannister.
Yes.
Tywin
good.
freaking Lannister. Look at that face, the sharp features. This is, for me, 100% Tarkin.
Charles Dance can be so intimidating without being physically imposing, and so I have no problem giving this to Chucky Dance.
I will remind everyone that a waltz is a dance.
So we all win.
Neither Jen nor Joe cast a Chewbacca, but Mark Ellis did.
I took the liberty.
So this is automatic. Tell us who will be playing Chewbacca.
Well, with Chewbacca, you want somebody that is tall, first of all. Tall, athletic, lovable, fun, has a lot of different interests, can do a lot of different things, and help promote the movie very well. And it's Blake Griffin, Detroit Pistons superstar, former Los Angeles Clipper.
Yep.
He's got comedic timing, which you need to be Chewie. I'm sure he does a great Wookiee impression. Man,
Boom. Welcome to the party.
I am almost more excited about the holiday special following this movie than I am this movie.
The rest of
Oh
the
my
Pistons get to be
gosh.
Lumpy or the dad
it's
or the
gonna be great.
mom.
Oh, I cannot wait. Who's going to be Akmina? Who are we going to cast as Akmina?
Michael Shannon.
Hold that thought.
Actually,
We'll do
yes.
that on the next when we recast the holiday special for Star Wars. But here is our final list: the casting for the remake of Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. Luke Skywalker, Tony Revolori. Han Solo, Rahul Kohli. Princess Leia, KIERSEY CLEMONS. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Dame Helen Mirren. Darth Vader will be voiced by Peter Cullen and physically embodied by Brock Lesnar. C-3PO, Bill Hader. Grand Moff Tarkin, Charles Dance. And Chewbacca, Blake Griffin.
It hurts me to say that we just outdid George Lucas in this room, but we did.
Dare I say, I would watch that movie. I would watch the movie that we just cast. Would you watch that movie? Who would you cast in a remake of Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope? Or do you just hate it so much and you want to tell us just how much you hate the idea of remaking the very first Star Wars movie? Let us know in the comments section below. I want to thank my awesome panel of guests, Jenny Landa, Mark Ellis, and Joe Starr. Thanks for being here, y'all. And thank you again for watching Screen Junkies. Hit us all up on Twitter. Bye-bye.